something that I tried to do with International Men's Day was get people celebrating good men, because I think it is just, because you get worn down by it if someone's saying this, men have done this, men have done that, as the stereotype of feminism can sometimes be, and I don't think it's true of feminism, but that you're just being berated all the time, which as you say, it's much more about women celebrating and looking after themselves than it is anything to do with men. But men feel that. And I think just a little bit of positivity, which again in the book, I think you pick very good role models of Bob Mortimer and Paul Whitehouse, both as guys who've found a way to talk to each other, but also both of those men who are especially Bob, but Paul is also fantastic. But I just think Bob Mortimer, as you do, is one of the greatest human beings who's ever lived.
Oh God, an absolute living God. Yes.
But they're not. They wouldn't be the kind of guy you would look at and go, "Oh, there he is, the woke Bob Mortimer with his agenda." He's just a charming, lovely, funny man who I'm sure is very very liberal in his politics, but it's nothing to do with that. He's just funny and lovely, and and everyone loves him, and that is where that's where men should be aspiring to be. And the fact that he's opened up and talked about the things he's been through, and this fishing show, which is just a terrific piece because it's funny and but it gives them this ability to talk through these men's issues. I was lucky enough to go on it and talk about my balls, but it's I think it is about pushing guys. I think men, you compare them to dogs, which I get what you're saying. It doesn't sound good when you say it like that, no. But I think there is this massive insecurity in men that I think because they fear being judged by other men, they find it hard to admit to.
Well, to put the dog thing into context, because I did get some people who hadn't read the book being angry about that. So having written, most of the chapters are about things that are going wrong in men's lives or problems that men have and suggesting solutions. And I was like, well, I do want to start a kind of men's movement that would be the equivalent of feminism. And every movement has to start with hope and positivity and joy. So I want to end the book talking about what's great about men. So I was just listing all the things like the sort of the energy, the enthusiasm, the loyalty, the joy, the ability to play, the defend, being able to defend the ones that you love. And then I realized I was basically describing dogs. So then I went onto Twitter and asked Twitter, what's good about men? And the replies I got back from men were things like, yeah, we're enthusiastic and loyal and love to play and stuff. Basically, we're dogs. So it's not me saying that, it's men saying that. And so therefore, I can't be attacked by it. But when you're talking about Bob Mortimer being a great role model and the other role models that I mentioned in the book, but them not being seen as like woke or part of a movement, I think that's part of the problem. Because if you go into any teenage girl's bedroom, it's full of all her heroes, and they are all part of the feminist movement. Feminism has, determined aims and things that we believe in, and sort of like women become part of the feminist pantheon and they become heroes. Because there isn't a men's movement, we don't analyse what it is that Bob's doing or Paul McCartney's doing or Keanu Reeves doing, Michael Palin, David Attenborough, as being part of a movement for men. We just see them as men. It's not seen as part of a thing with coherent aims that we can discuss and go, oh, why are they great role models? What is it we're learning here, in the way that girls will study what Beyonce does or Taylor Swift does or Jermaine Greer does. And that's what I think we need, a bit more analysis. So it's not just individual men who are not part of anything and you have to find them as a role model and then try and work out what they mean. Why can't we analyse why it is that men are great role models and learn something from it and have these discussions in the same way that we have had with women?